Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Cheap Truth YouTube channel. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Thanks again, once again, for checking in with the Cheap Truth. So on today, we have a story coming out of South Carolina, man. So very interesting thing that happened here. We have a guy by the name of Tracy Reed. Now, Tracy Reed is a black police officer, and he was standing in line with three of his other police officers. They were all white. So 3 white police officers, 1 black police officer in the line, Chick-fil-A line. And when his coworkers got to the cashier, they ended up getting free meals, which apparently, sometimes, different restaurants, they may offer first responders free meals. So when they got to the front, they ended up getting free meals. But when it was his turn, he had to pay. So now he's saying he's bringing this to the light. He's saying that he experienced racial discrimination. Chick-fil-A apologized, all that stuff, man. So, yeah, I'm going to play this news clip. Then, as always, we'll talk about it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with an Augusta Chick-fil-A restaurant being accused of alleged discrimination from a worker toward an out-of-town police officer. Kim Vickers reports.
In August, 4 members of the Clover, South Carolina Police Department stopped at this Chick-fil-A on Robert C. Daniel Jr. Parkway for breakfast. One officer who's black says that his 3 white colleagues were given their meals for free, but he was asked to pay. Now he's speaking out.
When we arrived at the place, we went inside. It was only 4 people in line. It was myself and 3 other white sergeants. We were all sergeants. We were all dressed the same. We all got in the same line, and we all ordered the food. I was the last one to place my order.
Sergeant Tracy Reed says he and his fellow officers were on their way to Cordell, Georgia to pick up several police vehicles when they stopped in Augusta to eat. He tells me the other officers had their orders taken by the cashier who was training someone. When it was his turn, someone else stepped in.
When I came up, the team leader came to the register. When he came to the register, he took my order and I paid. I had to pay for my food. He told me, the meal, and I didn't say anything about is my food free or why I didn't get mine free, because we cannot ask for gratuities.
Sergeant Reed says he was upset and embarrassed by what he believes was blatant racism. He tells me he wasn't the only one who noticed the alleged slight.
When I came back to the table, the rest of the sergeants were very disturbed, as I was disturbed. I was almost in a rage.
Sergeant Reed wrote a letter to Chick-fil-A's corporate office about the matter, and a few weeks later he got a letter from the franchise's owner along with 2 coupons for free meals. He says it's not enough and wants to see the restaurant improve training so something like this doesn't happen again. We reached out to the location's owner, Kenny Hanna, who referred us to the corporate office. They told me that the employee doesn't normally work at the cash registers and was trying to help. They claim he wasn't aware of the policy regarding discounts for first responders. Chick-fil-A sent us the following statement from Hannah. We regret the unintentional impact this incident had and sincerely apologize to our guest. We were deeply concerned by this claim. It appears to have been an honest oversight across separate lines and registers. We are strongly committed to supporting our community's first responders. In Augusta, Kim Vickers, WJBF News Channel 6.
All right, so I'll say when I first saw this story, I was like, oh, damn. Now, that's crazy right there, man. So you mean tell me he came up there, police uniform, everything, no doubt about it that he is a police officer. He's a sergeant, as a matter of fact, right? Sergeant Tracy Reed. He goes up there and he doesn't get a free meal like his counterparts did. So you mean tell me the cashier stood there, gave 3 of the white guys free meals, and then he came up there and then the person was just like, nah, yeah, I can't do it. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is blatant racism right here. This is blatant racism. This is blatant hate right here. You know what I'm saying? But after seeing this video, now it kind of has me wondering a little bit here, because it's like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that it was a different cashier. Now that's different. That totally changes the story for me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Am I saying that there still may not necessarily be there may not be like a microaggression or some type of racial bias in said person? Like, I don't know. Maybe it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could still be the case. No doubt about it, right? Oh, these 3 police officers. But it's just, like, I was just like, man, that's just crazy. Like, thinking about it the first way, like, damn, you mean tell me that he saw 4 police officers and just singled out the black guy. I'm like, oh man, well that's bold right there. You know what I'm saying? Like just to do it. Not saying that it can't happen, but I was just like, damn. But the fact that this is a different, that he got his order taken by somebody different now, that totally changes the story for me. In all honesty, bro, like what he should have done, and I understand, I totally get like not wanting to create a scene or, cause an uproar or anything like that. But what he should have did was, and even in the video, he was like, well, we can't ask for gratuities. And this is why that, man, look here, fuck all that. You the police, goddammit. Yeah, y'all can do a lot of things, okay? That the normal human being, the normal citizen, average citizen walking around this motherfucker can't do. Okay? Don't get me started on that. All right. So don't act like you can't question this. Okay, don't act like it's like above you or beneath. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't ask the question, motherfucker. Like you should have just checked that at the door, and you should have just been like, he should have just been like, man, look here. Damn, that's crazy. I'll say, so let me just ask a question. My 3 coworkers right there, now they just got free meals. And I'm not saying that I should get a free meal. I'm not trying to come off as entitled. I'm not pressuring anybody to do anything. I'm just curious as to why they ended up getting free meals. And I'm a police officer as well. So why did they get free meals and I didn't? And that's all he had to do is just ask the question. So if he asked the question, maybe the person at the register would have been like, oh, well, I didn't know that. Well, let me ask, somebody back there. And they would have been like, yeah, he's a police officer. He's first responder. Yeah, give it to him for free. Yeah. And that would have been it. That would have been it. You wouldn't have had to write no letter. It wouldn't have been on the news. None of that stuff, bro. Like, you got to learn to speak up for yourself, man. Your coworkers wanted to speak up for you, and you didn't even let them do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't do that, man. Like, you look, when you in situations like that, look, you gotta address it then and there. You feel me? Like, the thing I done learned about stuff like that, man, is sometimes you gotta turn the tables on motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta turn the tables on and be like, well, make them feel uncomfortable. Like, oh, well, why did my 3 coworkers right here, my 3 white counterparts, why did they get free meals and I didn't? And like I said, you can do it in a way that doesn't sound like you're trying to get a free meal, like you feel entitled to a free meal. You just asking the question. Like, that was just weird seeing that they got them for free and I didn't. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think this is much ado about nothing. If that's the case, then, you know what I'm saying? Now that I've seen this video and now that I've seen this side of the story, it makes it a little different. And, Chick-fil-A, they came out, and they, I guess, he wrote the letter and they gave him 2 free meal vouchers or whatever. But yeah, I think that all of this hoopla could have been avoided, right? If he just would have addressed it right then and there. I think he could have got it cleared up right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Could have been an honest mistake. Hey, could have been racial bias. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it, but I think regardless, he could have gotten it cleared up because I think they would have if he just would have asked the question like, why did they get him for free? And then he could have got his other coworkers to come up there too. Like, okay, well, why did we, we're not asking for it for free. Y'all offered it to us for free. But why is he getting treated differently? So that's all he had to say, man. So, but anyway, man, you guys let me know what you think about this story, man. As always, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a like on this video before you leave. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. And I will catch you next time, man. So as always, count your blessings, not your problems. I'm out. Peace.